Hey y'all, in this video I'm going to show you how I built this shed step by step, largely by myself. I'll show you how I built the footings and framing, the door build and roofing, plus the finishing touches that made this shed go from functional to a charming little shed. I started with some simple plans in SketchUp that made this build process go nice and smooth. This big empty spot at the top will be the site of this shed build. I cleared a little brush and did some rough leveling before measuring out where the footings will go. For each of these footings I used about 80 pounds of 3/4 inch gravel. I tamped down the ground and the gravel for each footing. These 12 footings ought to be enough to keep the shed in place for a while. On top of these footings I laid 3 skids that the joists will be attached to. This is where I spent the time making sure the footings were nice and level for the skids. I cut these pressure treated 2x6s to fit and started assembling the floor. Attaching the joists and squaring it up was quick work. These OSB subfloor sheets were laid on top and screwed in. Cutting them in place was quick and made it easy to be accurate. The important part was making sure the joints all landed on a joist. Now I've got a pretty stable foundation and floor. Next up is framing the walls. I started with the front wall since it was the most complex. I framed this wall to allow me to install 2 big double doors, a nice big window next to the door, and 3 windows at the top. This wall was really easy to put together for 2 main reasons. The first is the plan. Having an easy cut list made this task go so much faster. The second reason was the nail gun. Hammering by hand or using a screwdriver would have taken twice as long at least. And here's the fully assembled wall. The next challenge is lifting this incredibly heavy wall up by myself. I attached these swinging boards to the wall and lifted it up a little bit at a time, slowly ratcheting it up to its final height. One last push to get this wall vertical. I did my best to make sure this wall wasn't going anywhere. After securing it in place, I started working on the second wall. The rest of these walls were all relatively simple. There were very few cuts and they weren't too heavy. Attaching each wall made the structure more and more stable. These little box frame walls were pretty easy to put together, even with such a small working space. Getting this final wall up really made the structure feel stable. I added top plates to each of the walls to finish up the framing. Getting these walls up was a big milestone. It really helped me envision what the shed is going to look like. The roof framing was pretty straightforward with just a little prep. I cut these rafters to length, then added 2 bird's mouth cuts. Then I put up all the rafters that rested on the walls. I created a couple of jigs to hold the end plate on while I screwed it in place. Then I added the plate on the front. And then finally the rafters on the sides. I built a different jig to hold the side rafters up while we screwed them in. The roof turned out a bit steeper than I imagined, but it's nice and sturdy. I'm pretty proud of how this framing turned out. The siding is the next step, and my brother volunteered to help. I used LP siding sheets, which are made for shed walls and are really easy to put up. Since I didn't have a siding gun, we used screws here. It's not quite as quick, but it got the job done. The height of these sheets was perfect for this shed. It kept the cuts to a minimum. While putting up the siding, we made sure to get the building straight and level, and the siding will help keep it that way. The back 3 walls were really simple and went up without much fuss. The front wall was mostly pretty straightforward, but we did have to cut out a section for the door. Next, we add the OSB sheathing to the roof. We used some scrap 2x4s to hold the first row up there while we got it all screwed in. After that, we just worked our way up the roof, making sure the joints landed on the rafters. On the steep roof, we needed something to stand on, so we had some 2x4s tacked in temporarily. At this point, it started to look like a real roof. Next, to finish up the siding, we added some 2x4s to support the top layer of siding. Then we just screwed in the pieces that we cut to fit. The front was just a few quick sheets across the existing framing. It was definitely nice to have an extra pair of hands here. Then we just repeated the process on the other side to get the shed completely covered. Next, I moved on to the roofing, starting with putting up these fascia boards. I started with the back, then did the front and sides. It was pretty quick to do all 4 sides of the roof. The fascia boards are the first trim to go up and will eventually get painted. After the fascia boards comes the drip edging. First I added it to the bottom edge and then the sides. The top edge will be added after the shingles. The next step is to get this tar paper rolled out on top. It was pretty windy, so I pre-cut these, and that made rolling them out much easier. The slap stapler is the perfect tool for this job. The tar paper curled up a little bit at the end, but the shingles are going to go on top. To start shingling, I need to lay down the starter strip first. After that, it was time to start laying shingles. The first row was the most important to get straight. After that, I just worked my way up, following the shingle manufacturer's guidance on where to place the nails. I offset the beginning of each row and tried to reuse the cut pieces at the end for the beginning of the next row. The roofing nail gun was definitely worth the investment because it saved a ton of time. The hard part was lugging these shingles up here. It was pretty straightforward otherwise. This took a lot of shingles. Luckily, I did the math on how many shingles I needed ahead of time. Otherwise, I definitely would have underestimated. I'm very pleased with how this roof turned out. It's almost professional. Now it's time to build this door. First, I cut out the space for the door and took some new measurements. Then I built a simple frame out of 2x4s. I glued and screwed on the LP siding that was cut to fit. Then I did it one more time for the second door. Working into the evening, I screwed on some 1x4 trim for the door. I added the trim to the door frame before test fitting the doors. These hinges were pretty easy to attach, just had to make sure they're level. Then the final door trim goes up. I found a simple door handle that I installed next. Then I added a bolt lock to the bottom of the door. The bolt will drop into this plate and that'll make the door stay put. I'm pretty happy with the way this door turned out. Finally, we got to start painting. We started with the door, giving it a good priming on the raw trim. Then we busted out the rollers and started on the wall. This color was way lighter than we initially hoped, but we ended up liking it. Painted our way around the building, working hard to get into the little grooves of the LP siding. We got into a little system where I rolled on the base coat and she filled in the touch-ups. I painted around the door trim since the trim will be a different color. Next, I pre-painted a bunch of 1x4 trim and attached them to the edges of the building. This helped seal up the edges and make it look way better. Finally, we got to paint the door trim to match. The last bit of trim to add was the soffits. This is just plywood that covers the space between the rafters and the overhangs. I cut them all to fit and screwed them up one by one. This ought to seal it off nicely from weather, light, and critters of all kinds. There's a little space between a few of them, but nothing I'm too worried about. Once they're up, I got to painting them. After the soffits, I painted the fascia boards. I added one more section of trim at the top joints. These were all pre-painted and cut to fit. Getting these up made it look really clean. The last big step of this build was to add a ramp. I started with some pressure-treated lumber cut to size. Then I attached these joist hangers. Then I added each board and the footing at the other end. Once those were attached and level, I started adding the ramp boards. I used decking material for the ramp here. These go in pretty easily with the deck screws. I added some extra gravel at the bottom and smoothed it all out. There we go. That was the whole process of building this nice little shed. I'll eventually add windows, but for now it's ready to use. Follow along if you want to see how this shed contributes to my adventures in farming and other builds along the way.